Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Practically Creative with Melissa. We are live today. Make sure I've muted myself. And I have a few guests. We're having the July International Sewing Bee. And today we have all kinds of fun people here. We have Tracy, who does not have a YouTube channel, but she's going to be sewing with us today. Good morning, Tracy.
Hello.
Smile and wave hi.
Hi, Tracy.
We have Miss Sylvia from the UK.
Hello.
Hi, Sylvia.
Good morning. And we have Lori from Sherlock Sews. She's
Good
up in
morning.
Michigan. What are you doing this morning?
I am in blocks for potato chip, a version of a potato chip block called the
Yeah,
Jelly Roll Twist.
awesome. And Colleen Sews and Chats, there you go, she's unmuted herself. Good morning. Welcome back to YouTube. And we are all so excited to see you.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here.
Yay!
I need girl time. Not to exclude the guys that might be watching.
Definitely some girl time today. No male creators, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to have a blast. What we're all working on today, and I'm going to have everybody hold up their blocks if they're working on this, is called a potato chip block. And there are multiple versions of this. I'm going to put a link in the description. Not sure if I'll be able to do it while we're live, or yeah, you can put them down. Sorry. But there are links. There will be links in the description. Good morning, Dawn. You need to get me your email address so I can invite you to these things. But we're all working on the potato chip block, or the tater chip quilt, as I've been calling it to myself. Morning, Sylvia. She's in the chat too. But we're all working on different patterns of it. So I thought it would be fun if we all came on here and showed you what we're working on. Oh, thank you, Dawn. We appreciate that. So I'm going to start with Sylvia, since she's over there concentrating on her phone, so I can interrupt her. And I'm going to let her show you which pattern she's chosen and give a little bit of information about how she's putting it together. Her inspiration photo was gorgeous.
So that's the block. It's 4 neutral colours and 4 main colours. And when you join 4 of those blocks together, you get this crazy cross in the middle. So they work out a 16-inch finish block, and I'm putting 3 across and 4 down. So it'll be 64 by 48, roughly.
It's going to get
Good
this
size.
stair step effect when you put those together too. With those
Sorry?
lights, the stair steps, with those lights when you put them together.
Yeah. There's so many different ways you can put them together, but it's just a simple 4 neutral and 4 coloured squares.
That's what I really liked about it whenever I saw the pattern to start with.
Yeah. And it was just a picture I saw on Pinterest, and then sat scratching my head for about half an hour trying to figure out how it went together, and then realised that it's just a simple block that you just turn different ways.
Yeah. I love the pattern that you picked.
Just comes out like a crazy cross.
All right. Lori, which pattern did you pick? You showed it to us just now, but I hadn't seen that one.
The Jelly Roll Twist from Fat Quarter Shop.
Awesome.
And it's fairly easy. Surprise, 5-inch squares is the main, and then 2.5-inch strips.
I really like that pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're using a charm pack for your 5-inch squares?
You can. This is yardage I had. Gonna do a Christmas one like this one, but with 3. Also,
Mm,
I like that.
that's nice.
and that's with the charm squares.
Awesome.
Making 2.
Yeah. And Colleen, I think, picked a little bit of a theme for hers.
Yeah, I gotta be difficult and different. But I was fussy cutting the gnome here. And of course, my husband gets home from the store just as I start talking. I fussy cutted the gnome there. And then I used some fabrics that just weren't catching my eye and other things in a charm pack. Cut them in half and added them.
That's
I have to
lovely.
cut down some because the fussy cut was smaller than the charm pack. So
I like it.
thank you. And mine are going to go at the top and bottom of this quilt back here. It's kind of my random quilt.
I like random quilts. They make great utility quilts.
Mm.
They really do, because you don't have to worry about anything matching. And I see that Tracy has grabbed one of her blocks. You going to tell us about your pattern?
Okay. Well, I mean, the quilt's for my best friend. She needed a utility quilt. I'm going with the Leo Louise. I think that's what how you say her name.
That
I
link is
watched her.
actually in the description now.
Yeah. So it starts with an 8.5-inch center block, and then just the potato chip strips surrounding it.
That's pretty black.
That's nice.
No,
Lovely.
And yours
And
just keeps going around
Yeah.
and around?
I'm doing a quilt as you go method, so it's already sandwiched.
I like it.
Yeah.
So is it just got the one 8-inch square and you're just carrying on with the potato chips?
Yeah. It will end up, because I'm doing it in 4 sections, so it'll end up, each section will be like between 40 and 44 inches square. So it'll be a pretty big quilt.
Mm.
That should be at least king size or close to king size, right?
Yeah.
No, it'll be like about 80-ish by 80. So
Was that a full or a queen?
yeah, between a full and a queen. Well, because the queen size mattress is 60 by 80. So then
So it'll be big enough for her to snuggle up in.
yeah, because the bed in the camper is a full, so
Yeah, it makes me hungry every time we talk about this quilt, though. It definitely does. Okay, so I'm doing similar to what Tracy's doing, but I did 8.5-inch squares for the center of my blocks. And the reason I did that is because I've still got some cape fabric left over that was gifted to me. And cape doesn't do great, in my opinion, if you cut it too small. I did cut some of it up for, to go in the 4.5, but I think that's the smallest I'd really want to cut this. And I thought if I used it there, I could get the pretty of the cape fabric and then put some other stuff around it. And everything else besides this little bit of cape fabric I had left is a hodgepodge. I picked up all the stuff I had on my desk, and I had Christmas fabric laying here and all kinds of stuff. And I just chopped it all up. I said, all right, now I'm going to use this. It is hard to use.
I know I can't.
Yeah, Dawn, I wasn't sure if you could stream in the summer or if the fall was better. So the next one we do, if you'll send me an email, I'll send you an email about it. We'll probably do one in August and September. And then getting closer to the holidays, I don't know what the plans are yet. We haven't really decided. But yeah, I think cape is hard to use. I agree with that. So everybody is sewing on what they're doing. And yeah, they're really hard. This one all right, I will show you guys my secret. You guys see this one over here?
Nice.
This is a cape fabric that I love. And I would love to have yardage of this. I have to look it up. But I have it I have it reserved back for my next block, my July block of the month with the dynamic duo, which is now becoming the dynamic trio. We've added a person to it. Yeah, Miss Coley. And this month's theme is elephant. So you will have to tune into our dynamic trio blocks of the month to see what everybody does with that particular prompt.
Cool.
I so appreciate being invited.
Oh, we're glad you decided to join us. And
Me
Lori
too.
and Tracy are welcome too if they want to do it also. Oh yeah. I'm just thinking elephant's gonna be so much fun.
That's FPP, right? MeFPP.
I didn't hear what you said, Lori. I'm sorry.
That elephant and FPP.
I think
No.
Sylvia's gonna do an FPP elephant.
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Ooh.
No. I'm doing something completely different.
Ooh.
Ooh, you
I've
guys
got
will
no idea if
definitely
it,
have
I've
to
got
tune
no
into
idea
that.
if it'll work. Planning on doing something completely different.
I think that's awesome. That's half the fun of doing something like this though, because we're just putting our ideas out there for you guys. And I love applique. So all of my blocks so far have been applique. Yeah. But I've got a little special twist on it for this particular month. So if you have a cutting machine, you may want to tune in and see what I do this month. Because I think I'm going to start from the picture of the elephant and go all the way through the process for you. So you can see how I cut it, how I set it up as an embroidery file, and then how we applique it at the end.
Ooh.
Not everybody's got a cutting machine, which is why I haven't been doing it that way every month. But I thought it might be fun to do at least one that way for you guys this year.
I gotta learn mine. So.
See what Dawn said? She said, you influencers are going to make me make these.
I don't know if we're
By the way,
influencers. But
Dawn, you're going to
everybody's
notice a new
made,
tag in some of mine.
yeah, everybody's made a potato chip quilt and done a tutorial on it. I'm just like, yeah. But then I actually looked it up because I thought, well, it's scrappy, so that's in my wheelhouse. And when I looked it up, there's like a zillion patterns that you can do, and it's still a potato chip block. So that's when I said, yeah, let's do that. Oh, Dawn, you're more than welcome. We appreciate you talking in the chat. If anybody else wants to type, they're more than welcome to. You're a rebel.
And I was going to put that in tags. In fact, I think I have in a few. The quilting rebel.
Yeah.
Really, that's Dawn, but.
Yeah, who is it that says that patterns are only suggestions? I think that's Tracy.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep. So, you know, like mine.
It's just a guide.
Yeah. I started making my blocks and I thought, I don't like all the little pieces. I like something a little more. And this bigger block gives me the opportunity to really get in there and quilt. Like I can see this one with circles all over it. Right? Or with some kind of design, you know, leaves in it. And if you do different colors all the way through the quilt, then you can have whatever designs you want on it. You can change thread colors or do whatever. So, Colleen, we're going to come back to you.
Yes.
Hello, Lori Miller. Oh, yeah. There's a link in the description, Dawn, for quilting with, is it Leah Louise? Is that right? She's got a bunch of patterns just on her page, and then she puts some links in there to other places. So you can definitely find something you like. So now I'm going to pick on Colleen. And Miss Colleen took herself a nice long break from YouTube. Probably not for fun reasons. She had to take care of her parents for a while. And I guess that's finally stabilized for a little bit. So Now you're coming back
I know
to
that
YouTube.
stable is a word I would use in the same sentence, but yeah.
Well, I'm trying to be polite and not talk about your personal business.
I know, and I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
was just being silly.
But what have you got planned coming up?
Well, I tell you what I got planned, but you know, when I say it out loud, God hears me and he has a good laugh and says, watch this.
Well, that's why I'm asking what you have planned, not necessarily what you're going to do.
My plan is I need to work on at least one short a day, getting up one short a day, getting a pre-recorded, probably series because, you know, I'm long-winded and things take me a long time, on Fridays. And a live, I'm probably going to have to switch my lives to Tuesday morning. Early.
What time?
Probably, I'm thinking 6:30 or 7. It depends how early I want to get up.
Eastern or your time?
My time.
Your time? Okay.
Central.
Oh, so that'll be 7:30 or 8 for us. That's not bad.
Yeah.
You have to think about when your moderators are available, you know?
Yeah, I do. And I have a short up for Moderator Appreciation Day.
Oh, you do?
Yes, on the 10th. It goes up on the 10th.
I didn't even put a short up for my channel birthday. I was a bad kid.
You're grounded. You're grounded. You can't leave your sewing room for 2 days. Other than to get food and use the restroom.
That is abuse.
You might enjoy it though. You don't have to deal with anybody.
Now, I'll tell you, I took some tips from Dawn's videos because, you know, I'm trying to catch up. Good morning, yo, Patty G.
Yo, Patty, how are you today?
Hi, Patty.
You have to say it like that. It's like Rocky screaming, Adrian.
Mhm.
I know, right? But
I may have just dated myself.
Right.
on one of Dawn's, I can't remember if it was a short or a longer content. She could tell me. She was saying, I think it was longer, things to speed up your sewing as she's talking about not, okay, and this is why she is the quilting rebel. She has the crown. I will not forget. She was talking about not ironing, not being so fussy with the ones that she was doing. Oh, that's pretty. It's big.
Yeah.
You do a lot. Not being so fussy. If you cut it off just a little bit wrong, you can hide it in the seam allowance. So when I was cutting these, I stacked my 5-inch squares and I sawed them, which means I went like this. They were too thick. And I kept hearing Dawn, easy, make it fun, make it easy. I'm not stressing over that.
My personal favorite short from Dawn recently was something about how messy my sewing room is, doesn't matter. And I was like, yes, because mine is just an absolute wreck and getting worse, it seems like.
Yeah, I agree with that one on mine.
I actually cleared my side off this morning so that I could have space to work.
I'm just going to be quiet on the subject.
I just for one more block so that I can say I did one on the live. I never seem to sew when we're doing lives.
Oh, it's got to be hard.
As a group because I'm trying to keep up with chat. Yeah, it is hard. You know, and I'm not the world's smartest when it comes to all this stuff.
Well,
Just like you guys trying to figure it all out.
I mean, it's got to be. It's hard to do all that.
And I think my favorite thing is about this. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, one of the reasons I like having Colleen on lives is because Colleen talks a lot. She fills the air. That's a better way to put that instead of saying
there will be no dead air.
There will be what?
No dead air. what was I going to say? Oh, there's no seams to line up in these.
Yes, nothing
Yeah.
matches, so that's good.
That's what I like.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about making seams nest or hold together or whatever it is they call it. I don't even know the rest of the names. You don't have to match it.
Don says, I am team captain of chaos.
Captain of Chaos. Yes, that's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that that's totally?
No, Dawn is. She's the team captain.
Oh, Dawn's the captain of that. Okay.
And for you, those of you who don't know, she is a quilting judge, certified for state
yes,
fairs.
she is.
And she will tell you that she doesn't do things like they want her to do. But I can tell, and I think she said, that she does the things that make her happy, that she likes, that she's enjoying. And if they don't like it, kind of, tough.
Right.
Now I've got another block. I can officially say I sewed a block during the live. How's that?
Yay!
Hey. And I did manage to get my ironing board over here underneath my light. And then, oh, thank you so much, Sylvia.
That's
She's
all right.
putting in everybody's links.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. No matching seams. No worrying about whether you got two of the same color in one block or if you've got an orange next to an orange. You just put it together.
Right.
Just go.
Yo, Patty G, I have the same issue, which is why my ironing mat is now sitting in the corner in front of the phone and the camera and all that. Thank you, Patty. Good morning, Lucy. How are you today? You got to catch us. And see, for me, I like this better than the just keep going around and around because the quilt top gets heavy for me.
Well, yeah.
You know, me and Lori have the same issue with our hands. They decide they're going to work when they want to work, not necessarily when we do.
I already stabbed myself with stick pins today.
You're using pens or what?
For my black. I'm picky.
Oh, okay. You can.
I'm
This
picky.
is, yeah, this is a great quilt. Ow!
The pin dropped right into my finger. That hurt.
That's a good idea. Dawn says this gives her an idea for a panel she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would work great as a trim around a panel, wouldn't it?
It would.
And see, the thing about this is when I was first reading it, it said that I needed 2.5-inch squares, which we all know I have a whole box of. So I pulled a bunch of them out, and none of them I haven't had to use any yet.
Oh,
And see, Sylvia's is going together really well.
yeah, it is.
Sylvia's got a volume difference in hers. I'm trying to do this. She's trying to do like white or light colors and then dark colors too.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty.
It is. She's Speedy Gonzalez when it comes to sewing.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
she's faster than all of us.
I haven't been though. It's only this last week that I've got back into doing any. But I felt
I
well
was
enough.
over there for what, 3 or 4 minutes. Here's my block. So yeah, they're really fast. And I think that all the patterns are pretty quick. Lori's is only what, 2 or 3 pieces of fabric?
1, 2. Well, I got a strip set, so
All right,
Yeah.
so you're sewing a strip set, then cutting it up and putting it around the charm square.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You know, that's basically what it is. They still got to do some trimming. But right now, I'm just chain piecing the 5-inch square in this part of the.
And then you'll go back and put a longer strip on the sides.
Correct. Just, you know, the chain piecing.
Andale, andale.
Oh, that's cute.
That one's done, except for trimming.
Sylvia
all-
Patty G wants to know what you're planning to do with that quilt.
I've got no idea. I've no idea.
And that's what bugs me when I make things, not knowing where they're going to go. They need to have a home. That's not mine.
I have got about 8 unfinished quilt tops that I need to do something with. In fact, to get some of these fabrics, I unpicked another quilt top that I'd got because I hadn't got enough creams. So I unpicked another quilt top to get the creams.
I've done
I'll
that.
notice I had nothing to say about unfinished quilt tops, right?
I've got
I'm
so
biting
many.
my tongue almost off.
I figured you were.
You know, before YouTube, I did not have that problem. Before I started YouTube. Now I have all kinds of things not finished. Random blocks.
I can't blame it on YouTube.
No,
I already had
many.
quilt tops that weren't turned into quilts yet.
It was probably inevitable.
I still have 30, plus I've got 4 in here.
See, you told on yourself.
I know.
That's a lot.
Snitches.
Oh, that's a great idea, Patty.
What's that?
She says potato chip blocks look good with a hippie
Yep.
boho bag,
Yeah.
especially if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
using K fabrics on them, right?
Oh, you could
I
gift
like
that
that idea.
with the quilt.
Yeah, it definitely does, Dawn, because if you're going to keep putting out content, it's hard to go back and finish quilt tops. But I need to just go back and finish all of mine.
And that's the thing that I think I'm going to have to control because my brain it doesn't like that at all. I'm going to have to start finishing and saying, you know, you're going to watch or you're not. I love you,
Well,
but my brain has to finish this.
I still haven't finished my brother's 60th birthday quilt from last August. And he's still waiting for it. Because I've still not finished it.
You've had a lot of health problems lately too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what stopped it. But now I'm back in. Well, this week's the first time I felt well enough to sit at the machine to do anything. So
yeah,
Hard to just like tell your health problems to take a vacation while you do something else.
You know, I use those salon paws on my back up here and down at the bottom for my hip. And they were helping. But last year, about the time I stopped YouTube, they started giving me chemical burns. So I switched to icy hot patches, which just give me a rash. So it's like I can't use either one of them unless I'm just desperate. So we'll see how that works out with YouTube this year.
Have you tried a TENS machine, Colleen?
Yes, I have. I really should get another one of those.
Yeah,
some of it's a lot more helpful than they used to be.
Yeah, I used to have one, and when we moved 4 years ago, it got left behind in the old house. So I need to get a new one, I think.
I need to add that to I'm going to write it down. If it's not written down, I will forget it.
I'm allergic to medical adhesives and still use the icy hot patches. I wonder what's getting you in them. Because like they can't even put tape on you when they draw blood.
You know, I've used salon paws for years. I have no idea what has changed. It may be a chemical in me that's changed, I'm sure.
I wasn't questioning your truthfulness. I was just thinking that
Me?
that was odd.
I didn't take it like that.
It's always hard to figure out, what kind of weird stuff is going on with our bodies, because they don't just like send us telegrams and say, hey, your knee's hurting because you need to drink more water, or you forgot to take your arthritis med this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I
That
forgot.
would be nice. That's not usually how it happens, right?
That's true.
I came over here and started sewing. I think because I wanted to show how fast this block is to off. I do have some stuff pre-cut and pre-sewed.
I had my 2.5 inch strips sewn together before I
I
started.
think you turned on sound musicians for yourself accidentally.
Right.
Deborah, good morning. It's good to see you. I have no sales to share with you
Hi,
today.
Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
If you look at the upper left-hand corner, it'll tell you. If it's on, it puts through the sound of your sewing machine. If it's off, it mutes the background noise. And I thought I turned it off for all of us. It's off on mine.
Is mine not off? Is my machine too loud?
It's not too loud. It's just,
Can you hear mine?
Where'd you say it is, Melissa?
it's in the upper left-hand corner. It's sound musicians. It's just if you try to talk and sew, it makes it tough to hear you.
Okay, I'll just have to stop because it's not on the full screen. Maybe they'll find it.
For me, it makes it tough to hear.
Can you hear anybody else's sewing machine, Melissa?
No.
Zoom background noise removal.
Yep.
Other built-in noise suppression is what I was using. We'll see how this works. Where did I find that? In mine, it was under more in settings.
Deborah, we're all making potato chip quilts. And everybody seems to be making it at least a slightly different version of it. We all like the look of it, but nobody really wanted to do like a tutorial because that's just been done and done. So we thought we'd make that for a project this morning and share it with you guys. Maybe inspire somebody like Dawn to go make one herself.
Dawn, you're allergic to watermelon now. That's horrible.
Oh no, when did you find that out?
She just said it.
No, when did Dawn find that out?
Oh, the 4th of July. Learned on the 4th of July. I am now allergic to watermelon. As I age, I develop more intolerances to medications and foods. Wow.
Yeah, my mother-in-law found out she made the best shrimp. She's still, well, she always made the best shrimp boils. I'm not sure I've been divorced from her son for several years, so I may be behind the times. But anyway, she made the best shrimp boil, and she'd like cover her whole kitchen table with newspaper and boil everything. And you'd have corn on the cob and potatoes and shrimp, and everybody would just literally sit down at the table and show off our gluttony skills, including her. And one night we were all there, and all of a sudden she like starts turning blue and gasping for breath. And that's how she found out that she had developed an allergy to shrimp. And she was so good. She was really good at cooking it, but it's stuff that she couldn't eat anymore. And not just shrimp, but all shellfish. That was unfair. I hope you didn't have the same experience.
It wouldn't bother me being allergic to fish, any fish, shellfish.
I think they're only on for 3 today. Because if I've got my facts straight, and I hate to talk for somebody else, I believe that Gwenny is going to be here next weekend and the weekend after. And they're going to do 6-hour live streams both weekends.
Yes.
Because Kit's going to be out of town. And there's another block for you, Donna.
Yeah. Today's
So-
only the regular 2-ish hours. And Gwenny comes in next Wednesday. And so it's going to be 6 hours for the 2 weeks that Gwenny's here.
There you go. Tracy's
Oh
got
my-
the scoopy.
Oh my gosh, Dawn, her throat swelled.
Dawn, you probably should talk to your doctor about an epinephrine pen or an EpiPen. I'm allergic to wasps like that.
And keep Benadryl, even though it makes me tired.
Yeah, it does me too.
Well, I've done 4. They need to be trimmed.
Yeah.
But in the short time, I don't know how long we've been on.
37 minutes.
37
And
minutes.
you've
I did
made
4 blocks.
blocks.
While I was talking.
That's
Very
good.
And giving
cool.
my husband dirty looks.
He went to the
37
grocery
minutes.
store.
And I'm on
And
my
he
last
went in-
theme.
I'm sorry, Sylvia.
37 minutes and I'm on my last theme.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome.
These are very fast. And
Yeah,
if you do the pet one day and take the next day, you can have it all.
I did have a lot of the blocks made up, but
Yeah, but that's not bad though. I mean, if you're making
no.
4 blocks basically in half an hour, you could have
Yeah.
a whole quilt top done in a day.
Yeah. Totally.
Are they in the same plant family, Dawn? I don't, Jonas, something like that. Yeah, I remember this blonde girl in school who was one of those. She goes, "Does everybody else's tongue tingle after they drink orange juice?" We were like, "No." At the 10-year
Oh, yeah.
reunion, she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm allergic to orange juice."
You think?
Yeah, just slightly. I thought I heard tech support moving around. I was hoping that coffee might be in the near future, but I think I imagined it. I didn't make coffee before we started. Shame on me.
I made a giant coffee. Then I decided I needed water. I stopped drinking my giant coffees, by the way.
I went to make coffee and it ended up loading the dishwasher. I can't be the only person who does that.
No, coffee's on first
Exactly
and
that coffee.
the dishwasher.
There you
Coffee.
go. I'm the only one who does that, goes in the room to do one thing and finds out 13 others. Well, good morning, Jessica Miller. How are you today?
Good morning, Jessica.
hi, Jessica.
Yeah, the other thing to look into is if it's not an allergy, it might be like Hashimoto's or something. I don't even know what all the big, but yeah, that could be causing food reactions after years of eating it normally. Boy, that Nightbot is just right on it this morning, right? I didn't even realize I had it on. Shame on me. Yeah, you should definitely get some Benadryl. Hello,
Yeah.
Emily. How are you today?
Hi, kids. How are you?
I knew who Jessica was. I wasn't sure about Emily.
I'm on the slow bus. I didn't connect.
Not when it comes to making coffee. Well, I got stuck. There was stuff on the counter in front of the coffee pot. I needed to unload the dishwasher, reload the dishwasher. Ended up forgetting completely about making coffee. So that's
do
my
that.
only excuse.
I get up and this area is before the coffee maker. So I'm like, oh, I just need to get this out while it's on my mind. 30 minutes to an hour later, I still have no coffee.
Right, Don? Good morning, Laura Lynn. We were just talking about you.
Good morning, Mom and Pop.
I think we decided that we know what we're
Hi,
doing, but I'm
Lauren.
going to ask.
Her ears were burning.
Yeah. Are you doing a 6-hour live stream today or just your normal? And then you'll have a longer live stream next weekend. We're all over here making tater chip quilts. Well, hello, Deborah Somerville. How are you today? It was
Deborah.
good. Your ears shouldn't be burning. This is mine. And then Colleen is doing gnomes, pussycat gnomes. Miss Sylvia is almost done with hers because she's
I've
feeding
finished.
Gonzalez.
I've done.
So like,
I've done.
Oh, okay. I'm glad she came through, Jessica. That's awesome. That looks gorgeous, Sylvia. 6-hour next 2 Saturdays with plenty. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that I gave accurate information.
See, that's what I said.
Yes.
I need to get those on the TV.
I told you, you know what's going on better than I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like the pinks that are in there.
That's pretty, Sylvia.
Yeah, the pinks and the blues. We're having a blast with it, Mom. We really are. Everybody's just doing their own version of it, and I think they're turning out really cute.
Yeah, I'm just embroidering my label, but this is part 3.
Yeah, Tracy's is gorgeous.
That's lovely. That is. I like that, Trace.
Now, Tracy did the 8.5-inch center block and then just kept going around and around. And I've broken mine down into separate blocks, but it's the same pattern, basically. You can show it if you want to. Isn't it pretty? And she's giving it to her best friend. Emily, you need to be talking to Jessica there. Aw, thank you, Laura Lynn. I appreciate it.
And doesn't Jessica know how to use a serger now? So she can even adjust clothing for you.
Yeah, Jessica's the star of Sherlock
You're welcome,
So's
Jessica.
new video.
Yeah.
Well, her
Emily-
hands are anyway.
Yeah,
Right
Emily sews too.
Oh,
Oh,
do
she
you,
does.
Emily? What do you sew?
Emily sews clothes, don't you, Emily?
Nice.
Emily needs to do a YouTube channel on hers.
You should, especially if you're young. 'Cause all these young girls are like, we want to learn how to sew, but they don't want to learn from us old ladies. I almost said fart. Probably be very successful teaching young girls how to sew.
Yeah.
Sylvia laughing at me slipping there. But yeah, I'm always willing to learn something. Matter of fact, I had to talk myself out of just like making a shirt this morning for the live. I was like, no, I don't need to start doing that. I need to work on my little quilt.
You'll be able to help you. You would have made you would have had a lot of time to make that shirt. You're quick at that.
It wouldn't take me long to make it with the serger, no.
No.
You're sewing stuff for your guinea pig cages. Have you been here before, Emily? Because I swear I think you told me that before, or somebody did. Are there two people out there? We definitely like doing the sewing bees, Laurelyn. We definitely do, because then everybody can work on something and we can chit chat. Well, Jessica, you got that serger really fast. I was impressed. For your first time using one, I was like, holy cow, look at her go. And you're not a bad sewer, you're just a different sewer. There's not any such thing as good and bad.
No.
Different people like to do different things. We were talking about that earlier. Even among the 5 ladies that are here, Sylvia likes to do FPP and she's an expert at it. If you ever decide you want to learn, is it French paper piecing?
Foundation.
Thank
Foundation
you. Foundation paper piecing. Sylvia is an excellent teacher. She really
Yes,
is.
She can
And
do
Lori's very picky and likes to do things a specific way.
I
Her
am,
Lori.
I am picky.
Yeah. So if she ever makes a YouTube channel, she will teach you how to do it as a perfectionist.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the things I make, I sell. So if it's just,
Yeah.
I'm not that picky.
And Colleen is the newest quilter here. And she has a lot of good tips for people who are just learning techniques, things that I've forgotten were a big deal whenever I first started doing it. So whenever she does tutorials, she always puts some detail in there that I'm like, you know, I forgot that I even do that.
It's just habit. And me, I'm like, I've got to talk through it too. If I'm doing a tutorial, I got to talk through it. What did I do here? What was I supposed to do here?
I'll
Yeah.
never forget that one where you took that block right out of the middle of a square and redid it because it was wrong. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that wasn't people don't do that.
On the 15th, Patty, you'll get to see it because I'm going to cut out my applique and then I'm going to turn it, fingers crossed, into an embroidery file. I think I remember how to do it. Sometimes I make videos so I can remember how to do stuff later. Because you know, I might know how to do it today, and in 6 months I might go, how did I do that? So I got to make a video so I can watch it and learn from myself again.
Who knows what this is?
That is a
It's
a foot jumper.
It's a hump jumper.
I finally got one. Actually, I got 2. I thought for the towels that I'm embroidering, it might make it easier.
Have a great day, Lucy Scott. Go ahead.
I'm cheap. I use a 6-inch by 1-inch ruler.
Yep.
Well, I was using this, which worked fine. I was just curious if this might work better, more efficient for me.
I have a hump jumper, but I usually use.
You wanted to spend money, Colleen. Come on.
This.
I did. I wanted to spoil myself.
There's
I
always
spent
either this one or the next smaller up underneath the front edge of my sewing machine. So that's usually what I grab.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it comes down to what's close.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Then I got fancier, and I got one of the spool holders for the back of the thing, because everybody was, what is your thread on in a coffee cup with a hanger sticking out the top? So I thought, since I could afford it, I would try that too. And actually, this is probably the first time I tried it. I didn't even think of that.
I use this.
I have one of those, but I keep my bobbin thread on it, the specific weight for this jazz.
That's a good idea. Then
well, because then I don't have to unthread my whole machine to wind a bobbin.
Yeah. This has 2 empty spaces. I could do that. That's a good idea.
Dawn and Mom are commenting on how nice it is to see Colleen again. You guys don't know how long we've been going, come on, come on, come on, come back to YouTube. So, yes. Yes.
That song is always in my head, Dawn.
There you go.
Oh,
Mm.
thank you guys. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that stuck in there with me while I was getting things worked out with my parents. I was very impressed that my numbers didn't, fluctuate a whole lot. I appreciate that.
Dawn at
Yeah.
My Quilt Project says she got a hump jumper with her. I'm going to butcher this. I don't know if it's genome or genome.
You know me.
Is it genome?
You know me.
Me.
Genome? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying CAFE right either. You guys would laugh. My girls got me in Discord, said, that's not how you say that. I was saying calf basics. That's what I thought I'd heard. They were like, no, it's CAFE. So it's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
I saw somebody said they met him and it was CAFE like safe, is how they explained it. I can't remember who.
That makes sense.
I believe it was Kate because she did an interview with him and his partner.
Oh, nice.
Oh, probably that.
That's all right. I will tell y'all, I grew up, my mom had this favorite brand of leather purse accessories and shoes, and it is spelled AIGNER. And I grew up my whole life. After my mother passed, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, and I was like, oh, and I inherited my mother's Agner purses and wallets. And she looked at me and she said, really? I said, really? She says, it's on yay. I'll just go crawl back in my little country hillbilly hole.
Okay,
I don't know how to
Melissa.
say any of that.
We love you.
Hermes.
There's no end of place names in England that are pronounced wrong because people pronounce them as they're written, and they're not pronounced like that.
Nope.
I mean, the village that belongs to the Chatsworth estate is called Ensor, but it's written Edensor. So people call it Edensor, but all the locals it's Ensor.
That makes sense. So you can probably actually say Worcestershire sauce properly. I call it rooster sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Worcester.
There's because watch your sister sauce.
There's a Facebook
Never
girl
gonna
who
say
does reels that calls it wash your butt in the shower sauce. Yeah, it is a funny thing sometimes.
Why have I got to say bean, Colin? Why have I got to say bean?
See, you say bean.
Bean.
I say Ben.
Yeah,
like
we
B-I-N.
say Ben, like Big Ben.
We don't say anything right. If we want the correct pronunciation, I guess we're gonna have to go to Sylvia. How does this word actually? The Queen's English, which is what I'm using. Oh, I love.
Well, it's really interesting talking to people from
different
England
areas of England pronounce things different as well. So you've got book and book in different areas of the country. So some say book and some say book. So I've read a book or I've read a book.
Right.
So it's just different dialects of where they come from. And like cook, if you're going to make a meal, you cook, and so it's cook. They say I'm cook, I've cooked, or I've cooked. So it's really strange.
I noticed that on the sewing, the Bake Off. They get the people from Wales and from Scotland, and their voice, their accents. Sometimes I wish they'd put subtitles up there for you automatically, instead of you having to turn them on.
Yeah.
I like the Stoke accent.
I can understand
the whose accent?
Liverpool accent.
Stoke.
Stoke.
Yeah,
That's not too far from me. Stoke.
I watch a YouTuber. Well, she's a esthetician, like she's a nail technician. Kirsty Meakin, and yeah. She starts her videos all the time as a duck.
Yeah. Sheffield say duck a lot. Hey up me duck. Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's my mum because when I left home at 16 and I went away to work, and so I lost my accent, and Coventry and Birmingham are very similar accents. And I used to go home and my mum would say, "You don't talk proper anymore, are Sylvia? You don't talk proper." And I'm like, right, okay. But then they moved away and they lost it as well. So it's really strange.
I do too, Dawn. Sometimes I had customers from Jamaica, and then they had lived in Louisiana. And when he would talk to me, I would just sit there and go, deer in the headlights. And finally, I asked him what language that was. And he was like, English.
No, Dawn, we do not say a boot. That's just what you hear.
I don't pick on anybody for their language. I come from places where the past tense of fight is fit. So, yeah, I just ask you what you meant and keep going.
Yeah, I say the only accent I do is hick.
Oh, I've got the hick accent for sure. Oh, if I start thinking about talking like I'm from Appalachia, I'm doing it already. Then I really go down.
Do something.
Yeah, I have to stop myself from sliding over into that.
I understand that.
And when I do it for videos, like sometimes I'll record reels for Facebook and I'll put them up, and I'm sitting there, and the rest of the day I'm trying so hard to get all that butter off of my tongue so I can actually talk, because that's what it feels like. It's like you've got something on there and you just can't say nothing right.
Oh, my job
now I'm out of them in trouble.
I was worried I was going to pick that up when I went over to my mom and dad's.
Yeah, you said their accent was way more country than yours is.
Yeah.
And I went and had lunch with a cousin from Kentucky. She drove all the way down here to have lunch with me. And when she left and I came home, William was like, now I see where the accent comes from, because it was just, I really had to work to get it off of there that time. Yeah, well, that's what it feels like, Dawn. And you sound like Texas to me. Whenever I listen to Dawn, all I hear is Texas.
He's Texas anyways. Dawn is Texas.
I know she's in Texas, but it's like, I lived there for about 4 months, and it was just like, it's Southern, but it's a whole different kind of Southern. Okay, Sylvia, what are you planning on doing for quilting yours?
So, I don't know yet.
Made up.
I haven't really made up my mind. I mean, I obviously want to go round the crosses, the funny shaped crosses. But whether I do anything in the white cream bits, I'm not sure.
I can't wait to see it done. If and when you get it done, I can't wait to see it.
If and when. That's a good one, that. If and when, yeah.
Well, I know all about if and when.
I have really got to do my brothers. I've really got to get that done.
I mean, to just
nearly a year.
I need to do like 30 quilts in a row. Just do a quilt a week for the rest of the year. See if I can get them all done. It's not going to happen. I keep wishing. All right, Lori, how far did you get on your quilt today?
I was just chain piecing everything.
Okay, so you didn't get any more blocks finished?
Yeah, I got a few blocks finished. I didn't put them together. But
that's nice.
Just a few. Just
Tracy,
a few.
how far did you get on your embroidery there?
Pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
You're
good,
about halfway done. So that's really good. And Colleen, you said you did 4 more blocks?
Yes. So now I have 6 gnome blocks to go above this behind me and below this behind me. Of course, some of the blocks that I'm going to do with you guys might have to go on there too.
Yeah, sounds good. And I've got a total of 3. I sewed 2 during here while I was running my trap. So there's 2.
Very nice.
And there's 3. I like that neon
Nice.
kind of green there.
That's nice. Yeah.
And I'm picking my colors based on what I want to quilt the heck out of.
Oh, there you go.
You know,
Yeah, I would
or go ahead.
I was going to say, for anybody watching the replay, I would suggest watching the chat. We have got funny people in there today.
Yeah, the chat is definitely funny today.
Yeah.
I was scrolling up and I was like, oh, I missed that.
Don at my quilt projects and Mom from Mom and Pop are both in there. I don't want to sign into the television. Go away. But I think we've all had fun today. I have anyway.
I have.
Sitting here.
Mm.
And let's see. I think Colleen's got a video coming up later today. Is that right?
Yes. Not quilting.
It's not a quilting video.
It's not a quilting. The shirt I'm wearing, I'm gonna try to stand up. I'm knocking things all over the place. The sides of it, you'll see that was funny.
She got that cool roughly effect that everybody wants. I think she thinks it's a mistake, but I think it looks cute.
Well, the first side was a mistake. The second side was a design choice.
Well, that's it. You never make mistakes in sewing. You just make a design choice. All right. And
that
let's
was
see.
fun. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
blast.
thanks for having me.
Guys, if you haven't been to Mom and Pop's quilt shop yet to see a live, you need to go check it out.
Today at 1.
At 1?
Are they in the?
That's
Today
what I
at
was
1
going to ask.
Eastern.
Yeah,
I was
they're
gonna
in
try
there.
to as
I think they're in there as Mom and Pop. Hey, always willing to give a shout out to somebody who's so sweet to the rest of us.
yes.
I don't think I have them in there as MPQS. I think it's Mom and Pop.
I think they're in QS.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yay! So we gave a link there to Mom and Pop. If you're watching the replay on this, definitely check the chat because Mom and Pop's link is over there in the chat. So our links to Pauline, Sherlock Sews, and Sylvia at MeFPP. And I believe that Pauline has put Miss Dawn, my quilt projects link in there as well. So be sure to check out my friends and see what they do on their channels. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but if you check them out, you might find a new friend that you can watch. You guys have a great day, and we appreciate you guys all being here with us.
Thank you.
Bye for
Bye,
now.
everyone.